why I'm buying Tesla. First, let's talk about the bear case scenario, which all the bears are talking about, which is the price cuts and therefore the falling margins. So yes, Tesla did the price cuts not just once, but 6 times in the last 1 year, and which resulted in the fall of their margins, business margins, and which we also saw in their first quarter results. Yes, so their first quarter results were quite bad or were not that great, but please remember, they were bad compared to the previous quarter over quarter, or the trailing 12-month period. The other bear point is that due to inflation, their fixed costs are rising and therefore their margins are further deteriorating, and which we might see in the coming quarters as well. So we might see that in their coming quarters, their margins might not improve because of further price cuts and inflation on the other hand, resulting in increased cost and reducing margins. But now let's see this from another perspective, from the perspective of Elon Musk. Well, the idea behind his price cuts was not just to increase the market share. Well, if you see from a normal perspective or from a normal point of view, you would think that, okay, the idea behind price cuts is usually to gain some market share to sell as many as cars possible. Well, that's just one side of the story. Of course, it helped Tesla to increase the market share, and we can see this from the statistics that the market share has been increasing they are dominating the EV industry, but that's just one side of the coin. The second part is that they wanted to put as many as cars on the roads because of recurring revenue, because it simply means more cars means more fast charging stations, more sales from fast charging stations, and more charging, which will of course result in a recurring revenue. But that's again just one side of another coin. The second thing is that more cars means more sales from full self-driving software, FSD sales, which is a software part of the business. Yeah, and usually the margins from the software business are much higher than the hardware business, and in that case it could be more than 2 to 3 times the hardware business or the products which they are selling as a hardware, which in this case are the cars. And that's why I think in the coming 8 to 10 years Tesla could reach that $6 to $10 trillion market cap, which means 20 to 30x from now. And that's why